Good evening, friends. Today we will be discussing another question, that is minimum penalty for a shop. It is one of the fabulous questions present on the Leetcode. Here, what is the question? Let us understand this. Suppose a shopkeeper opens his shop and closes after some time. So we have to count the penalty which will be imposed on the shopkeeper. When the shop is open and if no customer comes, then the penalty will be increased by 1. And if the shop is closed and the customer comes, then also the penalty will be increased by 1. And what are the possible hours where he can close his shop? The first is at the 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Suppose that for 0, if he closes his shop at 0, so no customer will come. No case is that the before condition, because the shop is closed at the initial hour only. So we will check the condition for after the shop close only, that will be including that. Now here the customer come and suppose is not open, so 1. The shop is closed and the customer come, so another 1. No customer come, the shop was closed. Okay, so the total penalty if I will do close the shop at 0 is 2. Now let's see for 1. For 1, shop is closed at this hour, so when the shop was open a customer comes, so no penalty. The shop was closed and the customer comes, so yes, there will be 1 penalty. The shop was closed and no customer come, so no penalty. So for the closing at the first hour it will be 1 penalty. Now let's see for 2. The shop is closed at this, so before the shop closed the customer come, so no penalty. And after the shop closes, here is n, so no customer come, so no penalty, so it will be 0 penalty on the shopkeeper. Now let's see for the third index. The shop was open and no customer come, so 1 penalty. Customer come, the shop was open, so no penalty. And here the shop was closed and no customer come, so here it will be also what, no penalty, so total penalty will be 1. Now the fourth index, that the shopkeeper opened his shop for all the hours, then he closed. So when he closes, here there is no case of customer coming after the shop close. Okay, so we'll just check for when the shop was open, no customer, yes customer, yes customer, so it will be total 2. So what I have to do is I have to just find the minimum hour where he can close his shop, so the least penalty will be imposed on him. Okay, so here also you check that I have to find some random value and I have to check some condition before and I have to check some condition after, and we can also include this value and include this value here and here also. In such type of question we go for the concept called prefix sum and suffix sum. Okay, sum, in this case it will be sum, and in some questions there is product also, which I have discussed in my previous video also. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to just check the prefix condition and suffix condition, and I will make 2 array, and when I will add both of this I will get my answer array. It is so simple. Now let's see what is the size of the prefix array. Prefix array, in the question it is said that we have to check the condition after the given values also, so I have to check for this value also. So my size will be just 1 greater than the original array size, so you must be clear with this. Suppose that int n is equal to the nums, let me say that nums is the vector where we are given this yn. Okay, nums dot size, so I have done this, and I have make a vector, that is, or I can make also an array, that is int pre is equal to n plus 1 and int suffix is equal to n plus 1. Okay, now let me see for the prefix one. Prefix 1, my size will be 1 2 3 4. Okay, and 1 1 5. 0th index, first index, second index, third index, and fourth index. And let me take these values here, y, n, and n. Now suppose If I close the shop at the 0th hour, so what will be the condition for the prefix sum? Prefix means what? When the shop was open before this time. So at the 0th hour only, if I have closed my shop, there is no possible condition that the customer can come, so there will be value 0. Okay, now if I close my shop at this first hour, so what I need to check? Do I need to check the values of the y of the value at this index or after that? No, I have to just check before. For this, what I will do, I will initialize a count variable that will be starting from 0, and then I will check whether the index that is present before my given index, if the value is n, that means the shop is open and no customer come, then I increase the count variable by 1. Otherwise I will do nothing, I will just move ahead. So at this index I check that if the value was n, no, the value was not n, so what I will do, I will just 0, put 0 here. Now if I came here and check whether the value at the index just previous was n, no, it was not n, so count value is still 0. Now I check at this index, is the value 0 before that index? Yes, it was n, so the penalty will be 1. And if I check at this index, okay, that will be the 5th index, the value was 1. Yes, the value was 1, so count value will be increased by 1, that the value was on 1, and 1 plus 1, that will be 2. Okay, so you must have understand the theory. Now let me teach you the code. So what I will do is, I will make the 0th index of the prefix array will be 0, and I will initialize a count variable that will be 0. Then I will make a loop to run for int I is equal to 1 till I less than n. No, it will not be less than n, but it should be what? I have to make my prefix array. It should be what I can say that for your understanding, it should be, let me take the size of the prefix array only. It should be less than the prefix array dot size, or vector, you can say, you can take anything, which means that it should be less than the size of our prefix array. Okay, then I will just increase the value. What I will do is that I will check if nums of I minus 1, that is if in the original array the element present at the index before our specified index is equal to n, if the no customer came condition, then what we will do, we will just increase the value of the count, that is count plus plus, and in the prefix array ith index I'll initialize this count value. Okay, so this is the required code, and I have understood how it works before only. Thank you. Now we will see what we will be moving further to our suffix array. Now just see what will happen. Let me take my values again here, y, n, okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, 0th index, first index, second index, third index and fourth index. For the fourth index, when I am closing my shop here, and if I check that if any customer will come after that, no, this condition is not possible because I have came out of my array, so here it will be nothing but 0, and similar concept will be applied here only. When it will come at the third index, if I close my shop here, what I will do, I will just check whether the element value is y at this particular index. When I will be iterating from here till here, I have again initialized the count variable to 0. Now suppose that here the value is n, no, the no customer will come, so my count value is still 0, so I will just put 0 here. When I will be coming at this index, now I will again check that if the element present at this index is y. No, it is not y. So no update in the count value. Again 0. Now I will be checking here. Yes, the element present at this index is y. It means the shop was closed at this hour and the customer came. Count value will be increased by 1 and it will be 1, and I will just put that count value here. Now again I will go here. I will check that if the element is y. Yes, it is y. Again the count value will be increased by 1 and that will be 2. Yes. Now let me see whether I have done it right. Yes, it is correct. If I will close here, is there any condition that any customer come in this hour? No. No. 0. Yes, one customer come. What at this condition? Including this and after that. We have to see two conditions, including this and after that. So here it will be 2. So yes. Okay. Now let me teach you the code. The code will be similar, nothing difference. Again we will initialize a suffix n-1. It will not be n-1. I will just say that suffix dot size -1 should be equal to 0. Okay, you are clear till here. So I have done for this because I am sure here for this value I am sure that the value will be 0 only, because at this hour nothing is possible after that, only here or here. The question is specified only this part. Now what we will do is that I will make a loop for int I is equal to suffix dot size -2. I should be greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus. And what I will check that if the suffix, no, not suffix, but what I will do is if the nums of I is equal to y, that the shop was closed and the customer come, then I will do nothing but count plus plus, and then I will put that value here. Suffix of I will be equal to count value. Okay, so I am done till here. So I have created my suffix array also. Now I have done with my prefix array and the suffix array. Now I will again run a loop for int I is equal to 0 till I should be less than any of them. Suffix dot size, and I will update my I plus plus, and I will do nothing but answer of I will be equal to prefix of I plus suffix of I. Okay, so with this I came and to my answer, and I will just return my answer. Okay, thank you.